Picture this. You're staring at the wedge rack right now. You want spin, you want incredible feel, and mostly, you just want to stop chunking it into the front bunker. But you're so tired of dropping $180 on a shiny new club that doesn't actually fix your short game.
That's exactly why we're putting the Mizuno S23 and the Vokey SM9 head-to-head today. One of these is going to earn a permanent spot in your bag. The other might just be expensive marketing noise for your specific swing.
Welcome back to Golf Gear Showdown, where we put golf gear head-to-head and help everyday golfers like us stop wasting money. I'm Mike, your resident data, specs, and design intent guy.
And I'm Jake, your everyday 15 handicap voice of reason. Okay, here's the relatable shop scenario we all face. On one side, you've got the Mizuno S23, screaming compact forged beauty. On the other side, the Vokey SM9 is staring back at you with this overwhelming wall of fitting options, numbers, and letters. Do you buy the wedge that feels incredibly special when you waggle it, or the one that gives you a strict mathematical fit for your swing?
Here's how we're breaking down this explainer today. We're fighting through performance and forgiveness, control and feel, price and value, finding your perfect fit, and finally, the final verdict. Let's dive into this. Keep your eyes peeled for round 4, though. The winner there completely caught me off guard, and it honestly breaks a massive golf gear stereotype. All right, let's kick things off with our first 2 rounds, the performance and forgiveness battle. We're talking spin and raw performance first. Based on design intent, the Vokey SM9 gives you fit-based spin control. You get multiple grinds to match your exact angle of attack. Getting that correct means the club won't bounce off the turf and scull the ball across the green.
Hold on a second, specs guy. Spin is great, sure, but the Mizuno S23 gives you that satisfying compact forged sensation. When you clip it clean, you feel exactly what the golf ball is doing. It's a crisp, responsive strike. That direct physical feedback really matters when you're standing over a delicate shot.
Feedback is definitely nice, Jake. Consistency wins on the scorecard, however. The SM9 gives more golfers a reliable path to controlling spin because you can match the sole grind directly to your delivery and the turf conditions you actually play. If you play soft grass, you need a different sole than someone playing hard pan. So round 1 goes to the Vokey SM9. So here is the crucial question. Does a smaller wedge actually kill your forgiveness? You might assume a compact blade like the S23 is completely impossible to hit. Let's find out how mishit behavior really works out on the grass. Look, neither of these are oversized game improvement shovels. They are precision scoring tools. Common feedback suggests that true forgiveness in a wedge comes down to turf interaction. If you hit 3 inches behind the ball, a massive, chunky clubhead will not magically save you. You're still chunking it. Finding the right sole grind is what actually prevents digging into the earth.
Exactly right. Think of bounce like a ski gliding over the snow. The SM9 lets you pick a bounce and grind that stops the leading edge from burying into the dirt if you have a steep downswing. Now, the S23 has a brilliantly clean scoring shape. It looks amazing behind the ball, but it just doesn't have that massive safety net of specific fitting options.
Man, I hate losing the feel argument, but I actually have to agree with the data here. The round 2 winner is the Vokey SM9, simply because picking the right grind makes the club far easier to use on a bad swing. 2 rounds down and the SM9 is up early. But what does round 3 reveal that most golfers completely miss? Stick around because buying a wedge purely for the brand name stamped on the back is about to get completely exposed in our accuracy debate. Moving right along into rounds 3 and 4, where the psychological side of wedge play takes center stage. This round is about keeping the ball close to the hole, not just hitting one lucky highlight shot for your buddies. The Vokey SM9 gives you a repeatable strike via the grind, while the Mizuno S23 counters with precise face awareness.
And that face awareness is huge for my game. When I look down at the S23, I can easily picture the exact landing spot. It frames the golf ball beautifully. I feel like I can manipulate the face open or closed effortlessly.
Visuals help, certainly, but turf interaction dictates the actual strike quality. The SM9 sole moves through the grass better across awkward lies because you can fit it perfectly to your local course conditions. Consistency comes from the sole reacting properly to the dirt, not just your imagination. Round 3 winner goes to the Vokey SM9. I'll fight you on this one, Mike. Let's talk about forged confidence. Picture a delicate 30-yard pitch over a bunker. You are trying to regulate speed, not swing out of your shoes. You need touch. The S23 is quiet. It is incredibly soft. It tells your hands exactly where you struck the ball on the face. You instantly know if you hit it pure.
Okay, I can't argue with the raw materials. Mizuno has a long, proven reputation for a soft, forged sensation. The SM9 has a traditional clean appearance, but as a cast club, it is simply not going to match that buttery feedback on a dead center strike.
Damn right it doesn't.
Round 4 winner, decisively, is the Mizuno S23 for feel. All right, let's move to round 5, the price and value showdown. We're putting budget options and used markets up against premium retail prices.
Let's talk money. The Vokey SM9 has a massive, strong used market because it's been around longer and sells in huge volumes. Meanwhile, the S23 offers excellent discounted forged value. Here's a smart shopper move that most golfers completely miss. If you buy used, you must manually inspect groove wear. A cheap wedge is a total waste of cash if the face has spent 3 years eating bunker sand and range mats.
Oh, there is absolutely nothing worse than bald grooves. You might as well be hitting a butter knife. The ball is just going to roll right up the face and shoot across the green with zero spin. So, if we assume good condition, the SM9 wins value when bought used because of sheer availability. You can find them literally everywhere.
True enough. The S23 wins value, however, if you specifically prioritize getting a brand new forged wedge without paying a boutique specialty price. But the overall value winner? We are giving it to the Vokey SM9 purely based on used market dominance.
All right, we've got a tight battle on our hands. But which wedge actually fits your specific handicap? We're about to break down exactly who should buy what, and honestly, you might be sitting in the wrong category right now.
It's time to assign these winners to real-world golfer profiles. Let's find your perfect fit.
Let's hit the fit matrix fast. We are covering everyone today. Beginners, Vokey SM9 takes it, provided you actually get help picking the right grind to avoid digging. High handicappers? Same story. The SM9 gives you maximum grind help to survive bad contact.
Mid-handicappers are split decision. The SM9 is much safer if your contact is messy, but most golfers report the S23 fights back hard for mid to low handicappers who want precise feel and room to grow their skills. What about seniors, Mike?
For seniors, I actually lean Mizuno S23. The softer forged feel provides much better feedback on slower swing speeds. Now, fast swings? SM9 all day, because controlling bounce is crucial when you're coming in hot.
Slicers. You need the SM9. The specific heel grinds allow you to manipulate the face without the leading edge coming off the ground.
And distance seekers? Okay, look, you really shouldn't be seeking distance with a sand wedge, but if you want consistent yardages, the S23's clean contact helps narrow your dispersion.
Forgiveness seekers absolutely belong in the SM9 camp. As we said, turf interaction is your forgiveness. And finally, budget buyers? The Vokey SM9 wins because the used market is flooded with affordable options.
This brings us to the absolute biggest mistake you can make. Do not choose a wedge based only on what you see in a professional player's bag.
Guys, I almost did exactly that last year. I bought a low bounce lob wedge just because a tour pro used it to hit a flop shot on TV. I took it out to my soggy local course and hit it fat for 3 straight months. It was a total disaster.
That is exactly why we say that. You ignore loft gapping and sole bounce at your own peril. A tour pro has a custom grind for their specific swing, operating on firm, pristine tournament conditions. You play on a muddy municipal course on a Sunday morning. Match the sole to your reality, not television. Let's rattle off the pros and cons brutally honest. I'll take the Mizuno S23. Pros are the incredibly soft forged feel, the premium look behind the ball, and amazing feedback on strikes. Cons? You get much less fitting flexibility, and that compact shape can absolutely terrify a beginner looking for a safety net. Now for the Vokey SM9. Pros are the extensive grind choices, a highly proven shape, and a very strong used market. Cons? The massive amount of options can create serious confusion for everyday buyers. Furthermore, picking the wrong grind will actively work against your swing. Neither brand gets a free pass here on the Showdown. We have reached the end of the line. Section 6 is the final verdict. The results are officially in, and we are naming a winner for every type of player. Best feel and no budget limit both go to the Mizuno S23, without a doubt.
Beginners, high handicappers, and forgiveness seekers, you all go to the Vokey SM9. Mid-handicap is a dead tie based entirely on your personal preference for shape.
Distance consistency? We are giving that to the S23 for pure strike feedback.
Best value and the used market both easily belong to the SM9. Seniors, S23 takes it for that smooth, forged response.
And best overall for the average golfer, the Vokey SM9 takes the crown today because it gives more golfers a reliable, proven way to find the exact setup they actually need. When you put them side by side, the Vokey SM9 is our broader recommendation for the masses. It is an absolute workhorse.
But do not count Mizuno out. The S23 is the deeply satisfying choice for the right player who demands forged feedback on every single chip and pitch.
So, are you buying a wedge for your actual swing or just the one you wish you had?
Drop your handicap, your usual miss, and your final pick in the comments below. We read them all.
We really love reading those debates. Next week on Golf Gear Showdown, we are putting the TaylorMade P790 up against the Srixon ZX5 in an absolute heavyweight iron battle. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss it. Remember, match the gear to your game and stop wasting your money. We'll see you on the next deep dive